What's up, everybody? It's MrmoviesXkicks, and today I'm going to be doing things a little different. In the celebration of Air Max Day, which was this past Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a special breakdown of all my Air Maxes coming up right after this.
Bust it down, turn around, fuck it all the way up. Bust it down, turn around, look. Let's get it straight, girl, you don't need a nigga for nothing. Looking better every day, you got that Benjamin Button. Claiming he don't got a girl, you know niggas be frontin'. You don't need no bitch coming up to you as a woman. Ayy, and you a boss, so you hate when niggas waste time. You too pretty to be paused on the FaceTime. Damn, I'm just stating the facts. You hate that like you hate when niggas tell you relax.
The fuck you mean relax?
You want something more than just physical. It been a while since you met someone original. You spend your time drinking wine in your living room. All that good pussy can't find the one to give it to.
Alright, well, first up to bat, these are the Air Max 97 Paras. Now, as you can see, I have on the matching outfit to go with these shoes. I actually wore these for my Air Max Day outfit. I thought this was a nice little get up to wear since it has the matching jogging suit with the matching shoes. Now, Pierre Petit is his name. He is a Dutch street artist, in case you guys didn't know. I actually did a review on these shoes. I'll put the link in the bio. But these were a special shoe because Pierre has probably one of the most interesting shoes out of all the Air Maxes, because his first Air Max is almost going like for almost $30,000. So a used pair of those cherry woods, they're going for like $3,000. So yeah, now this shoe didn't have as much hype as his previous shoes did, but it's still a good shoe. The thing that I also like about this shoe, it came with a special box from Nike. This to me was just, I love intricate shoe boxes that are just different besides your plain shoe box. I thought Nike did a nice little detail in coming with this with Pierre. But the original release date, it came out last July, and it was the retail for $150. Now the reselling for these is ranges between $380 and about $500. Like I said, these shoes weren't as hyped as I thought they would be, but they were still pretty much a good like cop for any sneakerhead and also people who love Air Maxes. I think this is like one of my favorite summer shoes. Next we have the Air Max 1 Masters. Now this was an interesting shoe because this was a really hype shoe when it came out. It came out March of last year, on March 25th of last year, with a retail price of $130. Now this was an extremely hard pair to get because basically the thing about this shoe was like the 30th anniversary type of shoe. This shoe was a reflection of every major Air Max that just came out. So pretty much every Air Max that ever came out, all the major ones, they pretty much taken little bits and pieces of them and put them right in the nuances of the shoe. So as you can see, this one has the Safari Atmos ones, and these ones as far as at the back, and this blue, they're all these different textures and feels of, like, you know, all the different major Air Maxes that have dropped. I think that was a big deal to everybody when it came out, because it was just such a, like, you know, kind of a shoe that's, you know, paying homage to all its predecessors by displaying the whole shoe. The retail price for these were $130 when they came out, and now the resale for these prices as of right now is between $300 to $600. So this is a nice little. And the Safari Atmos Premiums are up next. Now these came out in as well. A lot of Air Maxes came out in 2017. Now a lot of these actually are retros, because this one, actually the previous one, I think came out, I want to say in 2009, but they were re-released in 2017 for about $150. And these were, I guess, see, the Atmos is very iconic when you come to Air Maxes, because they're just a go-to for pretty much every sneakerhead, especially in the Japanese culture. It was only $150, but the resale on this is still really high. It's going between $500 and $800 still. So this is kind of crazy. It was just a different, I guess, feel for because it has the classic, you know, elephant print and mixed with suede in there, and that jade check is just a nice little touch that I think that a lot of people just kind of went crazy for. So this is definitely like one of them sleeper shoes, but I have them in here. I just, you know, I haven't worn them in a while, but I need to break these bad boys out. And these are the Air Max 95 Mount Fuji's. As you can see, I have a lot of 97s, and I haven't gotten a 95 in a while. But to me, this was so different. I just actually reviewed this shoe. To me, I love this shoe because it was a Japanese exclusive. So it was released February 26th, if I'm not mistaken. The retail price was $150. Like I said, it was only released in Japan, and this basically particular shoe takes a nuance from basically these are called the Air Max Mount Fuji's, basically resembling the Mount Fuji is the highest mountain in Japan. So basically, got the inspiration of the shoe for the mountain. So that's, I just love, like I said, I love special shoes with themes in them, and to me this Air Max stuck out because they basically broke down the entire mountain and made the shoe blue with white crystals, emulating snow. So I just thought, this shoe was so different. Also, it had the just do it on both sides, just do it on the left side and right, and do it on the right. And and also with the Japanese, with Japan, Tokyo, Japan, basically in Japanese, in the midsole of the bottom of the shoe. I thought this was a dope shoe and a nice Air Max, to come out. Like I say, it was only released in Japan. A lot of people kind of slept on this shoe. It was only, like I said, $150, but the resale on these actually is still not expensive. It's only kind of between like $200 to $300. So like I said, to me, this shoe should be going for a lot more. This should be like $600 to $1,000 range because it was only released in Japan. So, but yeah, I love this shoe. And one of the hardest shoes to get in my collection were the Air Max Serenas. These actually came out, I want to say last September, around the U.S. Open. They actually were released. They dropped only on the sneaker app. So this is pretty much one of the only shoes that pretty much is still hard to get because it only dropped on the sneaker app. Kind of like with other off-whites, they all either dropped on sneaker apps or specialty stores, boutiques and stuff got them, but not these. These are, if I'm not mistaken, they still will never only release just on the sneaker app. So these were extremely hard to get, but these Air Maxes pay homage to the Queen, Serena Williams. This shoe basically came from all these different colors that you see in the shoe. Serena loves the ballet, and so this was inspired from these purples and pinks from like a ballerina tutu, if you will, from when the ballerinas dance. That's basically what they themed the colors that went into the shoe from. So that was, like I said, I like shoes with stories. Like I said, this shoe was extremely hard to get. I think it was actually $180, but after resale for this is almost still going between $800 and $1,500. Like this. It may dip down between an $800 and $900 every now and then, but for the most part, this is still an extremely hard shoe to get, and it's still an extremely expensive shoe to get. So this is definitely a grail shoe, so I'm glad I have it. And hands down, the most talked about shoe of 2017 Air Max Day of last year was the Sean Witherspoon. It was probably one of the most hyped shoes I've ever seen any Nike shoe get in a very long time. Sean Witherspoon is actually, he's a vintage seller. He has his own store in California of like a vintage a vintage store was selling like old vintage t-shirts and skateboards and hats and shoes. He's also a reseller. So he won the Nike contest, and his shoe was chosen to be made. And ever since we first heard about it, everyone kind of went crazy over it. And when these came out, I'm talking about, you want to talk about the lines, the anticipation, like these are crazy. These are still one of my favorite shoes. I wore these shoes a lot last year. Like, I probably wore these over like 40, 50 times, and a lot of people, they never see me wear the same shoe, but they saw me wear this bad boy. The good thing I like about the shoe is it's meant to be worn. Like this corduroy, it wears down, so the more you wear it, like the more the corduroy kind of wears down and gets that vintage look. Like I said, I think he loved that style because he is a vintage kind of enthusiast with his retail shops, which is another thing I love that he kind of put into this. Now the shoe is basically all corduroy shoe, which is, we have never seen an all corduroy shoe. And I love the box because the box basically has all the corduroy colors immersed in them, and it also came with an extra pair of shoestrings. Never use these. It comes with an extra pair of shoestrings, and these actually come off. You can put these on there. It has like the little surfing symbol, and I need to put these shoestrings in one of these. But this was just a dope shoe because it was just, we had never seen a colorway of this magnitude, you know, to come out from Nike, and to be so creative with an all corduroy shoe. I mean, you can pretty much wear anything with this shoe in it to go. And I actually got the hat to go with this as well. So that was a dope little look for me. But this was probably the biggest Air Max of yet to be released in a very, very long time. So this was, this is still, like I said, it came out last year, Air Max Day. The retail price was, I think, this was $150, and since Air Max Day just passed up, the price of this has actually gone up. So it's hard to get these anywhere cheaper than almost $1,000 now. So yeah, the resale prices for these are going between like $800 to $1,000 now. And last, but certainly not least, I keep this one in the casing because it's a very special shoe, if you ask me. This is the Air Max Safari Atmos Animal Pack. Now this is a very, very rare shoe and extremely expensive. I couldn't find out. I think this originally came out, I want to say, in 2008. It was a pretty much exclusive shoe. This is probably, like I said, this is my grail shoe. Like, I don't wear this shoe a lot. I think since I've had it, I want to say I've maybe worn it 6 or 7 times, if that. I know I wore it last year for Air Max Day. No, I didn't wear this for Air Max Day. Now I got lucky and got the shoe off eBay for a steal, because actually, if you can see right here, it's missing a little hair. It came like that was in the manufacturer error, so that's why I was able to get it for the price that I got it for, which was still crazy. But then after I look at the resale prices on these, I mean, the price I got them for was, sadly enough, it was almost a deal. But the Animal Safari Pack is probably Atmos's most famous shoe. Now this did come out also with a 97. This was a 97. It came out with a 95. It also was an Air Max. Was in a pack as well. Then they just actually re-released these shoes last year. They released the 95s and the 97s, so just in a different colorway. I too much really wasn't feeling that colorway. It was just basically the exact same shoe. They just made it black. All still in pony hair, but to me it was like a cheap knockoff of the originals. So but like I said, these are one of the most hardest Air Maxes to get. They did come out in 2008. The original retail price for these, I think, was like $150. But the resale for this one is going between $800 and almost $3,000. So it depends on which site you're going on. StockX right now, this for 10.5 is sitting at $1,200 on StockX dead stock. So that just goes to show you how rare these shoes are to find. It's the all pony hair with suede and the Nike check. Like, this is just, just a dope shoe. Like I don't wear it a lot. It's the only shoe I really keep in like the little box. I mean, eventually I'm gonna put all my shoes in one of those boxes. But I mean, as of right now, not just yet. But this, hands down, is my grail. It is my baby. I haven't worn it in a very long time, but I need to break it out. But I'm only wearing this on special occasions. I should have wore it for Air Max Day, but I didn't wear it. Tell me, guys. Leave some comments. Tell me, what are your favorite Air Maxes? Do you have any favorite Air Maxes? Doesn't matter if 95, 97s. It doesn't matter. Drop me some comments. Let me know what your favorite Air Maxes are. And also tell me, what were your favorite Air Max that you've seen today in my review. As always, guys, please subscribe. MrmoviesXkicks is out. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later.